The Sultan says, all the tzaddikim who were ever given a big reward first were given a big test. So we should go test him. So the Navi said to him, Mr. Satan, you're gonna hang back here. I'm gonna give him the test. You're gonna give him a test. You're gonna make it. You're gonna want him to fail. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. This is the Hakal event. Let's get right into the story. Okay, so we're going to start off the story with a spoiler. It says that the father of Mendel of Rimanov, I'm not going to say that name again, was he was an innkeeper in a certain village. And thank you, Mendy. And he was misparnes. He got his parnasa, honorable. He had honorable livelihood. One time, the person who owned the whole village, said, "Mashke, you should know that I want to move, and I need to sell everything I have over here. I know you're an honest guy, and I want to sell it to you for 1/10 of the price. But I need you to give it to me in cash, and it has to be very soon." So now the guy was overjoyed that he had the opportunity to buy. Imagine you could buy real estate over here for 10% of the worth. You're buying up the whole Crown Heights, right? So he didn't know what to do, because at the end of the day, even though it was $1 million, now he had to pay $100,000. Or imagine it was $10 million to pay $1 million. At the end of the day, he doesn't have that money. So he was very upset. You know what to do. He spoke to his wife, and his wife said, "1 second. Out of all of our belongings, we could probably come up with the money. If we sell everything that we have, we can come up with the money, and then we'll be doing good. We'll be able to buy the whole village, And so he agrees, and he went and sold everything that he had until he was able to get all the money that he needed. But on the way, as he was going to the parts to finalize the deal, he hears oy va'avoy. He hears people crying, and he hears it's coming from a certain house. He goes into the house and he sees there's a person who passed away. The guy's wife and kids are surrounding him, and he left them nothing. And this guy felt so bad. He took all the money that he had, which he was about to go and give the parts money for. He was going to give the parts in order to buy the whole estate, the whole village. He gave it to her, and he said, take the money, and you can live off of this." She didn't believe him in the beginning, and she said, "Oh, you're making fun of me?" He said, "No, take it. And they didn't know how to thank him, but of course they were very, very happy. Now in Shamayim, at that moment, there was a big tumult. This man just gave his last possessions. He just gave up the opportunity to become a rich man. For what? To help. He's totally selfless. And so they said, and the Shemayim, they wanted to give him a big reward. The Satan says, all the tzaddikim who were ever given a big reward first were given a big test. Right? From the beginning of time. So we should go test him. So the Shemayim, they said, yeah. The Navi said, Mr. Satan, you're gonna hang back here. I'm gonna give him the test. You're gonna give him a test. You're gonna make him. You're gonna want him to fail. I'm not gonna push too hard. So Leo Navi comes down. This guy who just gave up his last. Well, let's call him Moshe. The part called him Mashke, right? So yeah. So Mashke says, "What am I gonna go home for? I'm gonna go from city to city, and maybe Hashem will give me another venue of opportunity." That's what he does. He comes to one of the cities. He comes to a certain city, and it's getting dark. And he walks into shul, and he told himself he's not going to take money. He's not going to ask anybody for food, and he's not going to ask for a place to stay. If somebody offers him, he's going to accept. After davening, nobody invites him, and he tells himself, should I ask? He was very hungry, he was very tired, but he kept his word, and he sat down to learn. All of a sudden, he has a tap on his shoulder from an older Yid. So he said, Shalom Aleichem, how are you? So they started talking, and they came to the point where they got into the conversation. This guy spoke about what happened, how he sold everything in order to give the money, and he gave the money to the widow and kids. And so the old man says, you should know that Hashem made me very rich, and I'm ready to give you an incredible amount of money. Then you'll be able to live the rest of your life. And but I want you to sell me the mitzvah. The schus of this mitzvah, I want you to sell to me. And with that money, you could go and do many more mitzvahs, right? For a second, he thought, should I do it? Should I take it? But then he said, no. Hashem, let me do this mitzvah with Mesiras Nefesh. I gave everything that I had to do this mitzvah. So I'm not going to sell this for anything. And so then he said, so then this old man continues and says, I'll sell you half. So he says, no. And he tries to go lower and lower. He's still offering the same amount of money for a tiny part of the mitzvah. And he says, no, I'm not selling any part of this mitzvah. And when this old man saw that he was standing strong, he said, you should know that I'm Eliyahu Navi, and I was sent from Shemayim to test you. And now, because you passed the test and you weren't willing to give up this mitzvah, and you really, really did it with your whole heart, so now you can choose from three things. You can choose your reward. He said you can either acquire for yourself and your wife long life, or that you're going to be very successful and become very rich, or that you should have a son who will be a tzaddik and a holy man. And they didn't have kids. They didn't have kids yet. They didn't have children. And so the man answered right away, I want to have a Ben Zachar. Because why do I want to have a long life or to have money when I don't even have
a legacy?
So yeah, I don't have a kid. And so Eliyahu Navi said, you should know that in order to have this child who's going to light up the entire world, you and your wife have to accept first on yourself that you have to go your entire life. You have to go in Golus. You have to always go and wander. You can't stay in one place. So the man spoke to his wife, and I don't know the timeline of the story when he got to be able to speak to his wife exactly, but he said they spoke and they said both of them accepted. Yes, we're ready to go and wander our whole life just to have a son. And with due time, they had a child, and they named him Menachem, saying, Zeh Yenachamenu, he will comfort us. And he grew up to be the holy Reb Menachem Mendel Rimnov, which it says all the greatest people of the generation went to him for advice, and he lit up the whole world with Torah mitzvahs. And may we witness miracles like this. We get from Shemayim the ability to serve him with full heart like this man did. And may we have holy, holy children like this couple merited to have. And may we finally merit to have Mashiach. Right now, we will be reunited with everybody, with all of our tzaddikim, with all of our loved ones. With everybody.
Love everybody.
Until next time, love you guys.